What's up with it? Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Life podcast, episode 8. BRL crew in the building. Got Tangy and your man Stack Dope De Niro all up in this thing. What's up, girl?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here as well, man. We back like we never left. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, though, it's cold as shit outside. I'm ready.
And it looks so
It looked
nice
beautiful,
outside.
but it's cold as a mug, though. I'm ready for this shit to be over with, man.
Tell me about it. I'm over it. I'm
when
tired
that
of wearing
weather
a
gonna
coat.
break? Yeah.
Was you here when it snowed yesterday? Did you see
I saw that. I did see that. You got caught up in that?
No, I was in the building.
Oh, okay.
But I happened to look outside. We were like, what?
Yeah, what's going on? That joint was crazy. Yeah, I'm about ready for the weather to break my damn self, man. I know I ain't the only one, but you know, we still here making it do what it do. No DJ T Rob today. He'll be back with us next week. So we gonna hold it down for him. But in the meantime, between time, make sure y'all catch up with us on social media. We on Facebook at BRL Podcast DMV. We also on Twitter at BRL Crew DMV. And IG, you can catch up with us on Instagram at Beats Rhymes Life with a Y. And make sure you follow us on iTunes, Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Please don't hesitate to leave us any comments, reviews, or feedback, or rate us. You know what I'm saying? Yes. We gladly appreciate y'all feedback and interacting with the audience. So, you know, holla at us. Let us know what's real. Let us know what's good. You know what I mean? Also, too, this week's episode is brought to you by Capital District Clothing, providing you with a unique, high-quality brand of fashion driven solely by portraying and raising awareness of the DMV culture. Capital District Clothing is more than politics. For more info, hit them on IG at capital.district.co and online at www.capitaldistrict- I'm getting love in here, so I got a little distracted. So let me get that again. Hit Capital District up at www.capital-district.com. There we go.
Yes.
Get that right there. So, all right, so a few announcements. My girl Tangy brought this to my attention, too, the other day. I mean, I knew about it, but it kind of slipped my mind, though. But make sure y'all be on the lookout. J. Cole has announced the lineup for his Dreamville Festival coming at y'all next month. Mm-hmm. Back in September, J. Cole was actually forced to reschedule the joint due to Hurricane Florence. But it's back on and popping.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back on and popping. The inaugural event is what it is, and the lineup is ready to go. So make sure y'all be on the lookout. You can expect to see SZA, Big Sean, 21 Savage, Tiana Taylor, DC's own and Dreamville artist Ari Lennox. Love her, man. She be doing her thing out the joint. And definitely a whole lot more. So it's all going down April 6th at Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh, North Carolina. Make sure y'all hit up livenation.com and Ticketmaster for y'all tickets and all that good stuff. Also coming up next month, right here in D.C., we got the National Cannabis Festival popping off at RFK Stadium on, of course, April 20th. 420 for those that know what's up with that. They're going to have all kinds of good stuff happening, though. They're going to have a fair for exhibitors, some educational stands. They're going to have a munchie zone. So, you know, you don't have to go hungry. You can fulfill them needs and that and all that in the joint. And of course, they're going to have the concert. Mm-hmm. Concert's going to be featuring the Backyard Band, Ludacris, Action Bronson, Biz Marquee, plus more. It's the National Cannabis Festival going down April 20th, y'all. That's going to be at RFK Stadium. So what you think about that Cannabis Festival?
I've been a couple of years. Mm-hmm. I think it's, the third or fourth year?
Yeah, I think it is the fourth year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a couple of times. I really enjoy it. It's pretty much in my backyard.
Okay, so you're going to be there for sure.
I don't know about this year.
Okay.
Just because I have all this other stuff going on. So I may not be there this year. It's just going to be like a game time decision.
Game time decision.
Yeah.
Good segue. Speaking of which, March Madness.
Yes.
It's that time of year. Yeah, it's one of my favorite times of year, man. I tell you, I love this time, man. You know,
did you fill out your bracket?
I did do a bracket. Did you do one?
Okay, I did.
Okay,
yes.
So who's your Final Four?
In my Final Four, I have Duke, Tennessee, Houston.
Okay.
and I forgot who the third team. I forgot who the fourth team is.
That's
Can't
pretty
remember
solid.
Who I have in that division?
North Carolina.
No,
You ain't pick Carolina?
I picked Houston.
Oh, you picked Houston to come out of that bracket.
Yes.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I mean, I'm doing pretty
We
good
gonna be
so
beefing
far.
already.
Well, yeah. You know what? It's funny because I told my friend this too because he was like, "Oh, you picked Duke to be in the Final Four." I didn't really want to pick them, but I want to win my bracket challenge. So I picked them. I think they had the better chance of getting that far.
You made the choice. That was a heady decision. You made the choice with your
Yes.
brain, not your heart.
Yes.
Because your heart would have told you not to go with Duke.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you got to make a smart move when it comes to picking your brackets. And actually, our Final Four is very similar. So in my Final Four, I got Duke, Tennessee, but I got North Carolina, and I think I got Gonzaga is the other team I got.
Oh, I think that's who I have
In your four?
in the fourth one.
Okay,
Yes.
Gonzaga. Okay. So who you got winning it all?
I have Duke winning it all.
Okay.
I think the pressure is on. Their coach, of course, has all the experience in the world in these type of things.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's so much pressure on their marquee player. You would think nobody else is playing for the team.
So hold on. So you a basketball fan for real? Sound like you know a little something there.
I know a little something. I like basketball because it's more physical. I mean, it's more entertaining than football.
Okay.
It's faster. It's more of a, I don't know. It's more like a team. It's not like, it's a different team level of playing than
I got you.
the other sports.
Is it that you could follow it better than football, you think, or what?
Not necessarily because it's a lot of games.
It is.
Compared to football.
It's a rack of
So
games.
it's a
82
lot
game
to keep
seasons
up
in the
with.
NBA, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to keep up with the local teams, and I'm like I'm more like, I like basketball from a history standpoint.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes. So like it's crazy because I was thinking about this not too long ago, but I grew up in a football house.
Okay.
We didn't really watch basketball that much in my house. I got basketball from watching like NBC, like on Saturdays.
Oh, you talking about inside stuff?
Yes, but they used to show the games on Saturdays too, or like the playoff games on Sundays.
Oh, they did in the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. They do.
They used to show basketball at some point on Channel 4.
Absolutely.
And Channel 4 was a popular channel in my household because like the Cosbys came on that channel, and I think A Different World. It's like a couple of things came on Channel 4 that was
an
significant.
NBC house, huh?
Yes. So then,
Shout out
like,
to NBC.
That's how I really kind of like started watching basketball. Because other than that, it'd just be football. And then basketball lasts longer. Like the season is a little longer.
Yeah, it is. Nah, this time of year, I tell you, man, it's something to get excited about. I ain't gonna lie. You know, my team is North Carolina. I picked them to win it all. I think they got one of the best teams in the tournament right now, top to bottom.
They could win it.
They got a good chance.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people sleeping on them too, so they got a real good chance. So we're gonna see. But I like your four, and our fours are very similar. So I like you made some really solid picks there. So good shit. I like that. Good job. So next year we're gonna have to get into a pool and try to make some money or something like that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I'm down with that.
Oh yes, and before we jump into the topics too, shout out to Jeremy Beaver. I'm talking about Jeremy Beaver. Owner of Listen Vision Studio. I got a little tongue tied. Don't be laughing at me, Easy. I got a little drink up here, so you know I'm gonna work it out. But nah, shout out to Jeremy Beaver, man. Definitely had a great event last week at the DC Hip Hop Museum. It was the closing gala. Man, I was so mad I couldn't go. I had a funeral to go to out of town, man, but I was so mad I couldn't go to that joint, man. Just looking at all the flicks online and the videos, man, it looked like an awesome time. Did you catch any of that, Tangi?
I didn't. I had to catch it like through social media, which sucked, but.
Yeah, man, it definitely sucked, man. But like I said, shout out to Jeremy for putting that on. DJ Boom, my man, with the master plan. You know, hip hop architect, hip hop addict, just like us all. And it was an awesome event, man. I mentioned Biz Marquis at the National Cannabis Festival. He actually got inducted last weekend, so that was a big deal. He was a part of the DJ battle and stuff like that too. So he was spinning. Had the beat nuts in the house. I saw Cannabis giving his induction speech.
Oh wow.
Yes, Can I
Okay.
Bust? Yeah, he was in the building.
Oh wow.
So it was a great look, man. Like I'm telling you, I was so fired up I couldn't make it, man. But look forward to more great things coming from the DC Hip Hop Museum. They're going to be going out on the road actually now and traveling around the country with the whole artifacts collection. And yeah, it's going to be a big deal. Remember, he was telling us about that when we talked to Jeremy before the whole grand opening gala. He let us know, like, yeah, they're going to be traveling around the country with all the artifacts and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good look, man.
Good.
Spreading
I hope they
that
get
love.
to pick up some new artifacts while on the road.
I'm sure it will. He probably got his eye on that type of stuff right now.
I'm sure.
It's funny, too, because I don't know why, but you know how on your phone, if you mention something, the algorithms will pick it up and then it start showing you ads and shit.
Yes.
So ever since our interview with Jeremy, DJ Boom, I started getting all these ads about like little figurines and shit, like Biggie.
Really?
Yeah, no bullshit. Like Biggie figurine. I done seen about 3 or 4 ads since then for figurines about Biggie, all wearing different outfits and shit. I seen some joints for Tupac. Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's kind of wild. You know what I mean? So
Our phones.
like, where do they find this shit? You know, but that's the beauty of it. You know, so that's why. You know, shout out to DJ Boom, Jeremy Beaver, our man, with the master plan, putting everything together. And here's to a lot more success with the hip hop collection and the Hip Hop Museum DC, man. So
Absolutely.
all right, so what you want to start out with? I mean, you know the rundown, so I don't really care. Whatever you want to do, how you want to kick things off.
God, it seems like we missed some stuff from the previous week.
Did we?
Because we weren't here. Only because we weren't here.
What did we really miss, though?
See, I didn't keep a track. News happens too fast these days.
It does.
Like,
I
it'll
mean,
happen on Monday, and by Wednesday, I'm
it's old
on
news.
to something else. Like, I'm over it.
Nah, you know what? Nah, last week was still a little bit of R. Kelly. Was still a little bit of Anyway, we gonna move. Last week is dead. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some better stuff this week. This week. Oh Lord, how you want to kick it off though? What you got? We got Jess Hilarious. We got Kodak Black with his luncheon ass. Kodak Black was lunching. What you want to do?
We can start with him.
Kodak?
We can start with Kodak. Only because I saw something this morning on social media.
I know what you saw. I know what you saw too.
And I was just like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I definitely know what you saw. Okay, so let's kick it off with this. Let's talk Kodak. So Kodak has been in the news this past week for what I like to say trolling Young M.A. But basically, he was going in online about his sexual desires for Young M.A. I don't know where this stuff came from, but you know, all of a sudden out the blue, he goes online trying to get at Young M.A. talking about, oh, I know you a girl, but you know what I'm saying, you still want your kitty cat penetrated and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. Talk about don't be mad because I want you, baby, and this. The boy was just wilding online.
He's so disrespectful.
I thought it was funny though. I mean, but obviously Young M.A., you know, and a lot of other people didn't find it funny. You know what I'm saying? They definitely took offense to it. Got a little fired up about the shit, which I don't really understand why. I mean, to me, he was obviously trolling her, man.
But you know why? Because he comes across as rapey.
Okay.
Like, I hate to put that label on him. I hate to put that label on him because he's a
Rapey.
black man.
That's a term now, though.
But
for real. That's a real term. Little creepy.
Very much so.
Little creep squad.
Yes, very much. That's what I should say. I'm not going to call him rapey.
Rapey, but creepy.
Creepy, yes. So for him to come out and say this, like, even if he was trolling, just the fact that he thought it in his mind was just, it's gross. And what's funny is a lot of niggas came out in support of him. So that makes, I'm judging you now. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm judging you now. So
hold on. You brought up an interesting thing to my mind. Would it have been a different situation had Kodak been a good-looking young brother? If he was a good-looking young brother doing this, would it have made a difference? Honestly. You laughing,
possible.
so
No, because you have a point. It's possible, but it's good-looking guys come off as creepy too. So it just depends on your personality. It's more for me.
Okay.
It's more of a personality thing, but I could easily see it being more acceptable if he was more attractive.
Yeah, I
could see
guarantee
that.
you, if he was more attractive, it'd have been considered more flirty. You know, young M.A.
He
might
probably
have
would
she
have
might have
said
played
it
it
in a
off a
different
little
way,
bit
though.
more, like in a more playful way. You know what I mean? Instead of going hard on him. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip, she clapped back pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? She was like really in her feelings about that shit.
But he's creepy. Like I saw
Creep Squad,
the girl who he's supposedly dating now.
Yeah. So what's up with that? So he's supposed to be dating a chick now, but he fucking with young M.A. online. That's what I'm saying. It's all in fun. I think he's just doing it in fun, and he's getting a rise out of her, so it's working. So he continued to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I miss this energy in the game. I already told you before, like we missing Tekashi. We missed that Tekashi 6ix9ine wild ass energy. So I'm here for it, man. Kodak, if you bringing that shit into the game, I'm here for it, man. I like it. We need a little young gun that stir things up sometimes and get people talking, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's Kodak. So, hey, look, I ain't got nothing but love for Kodak, Broward County, all day. You know what I'm saying? From my days down in Florida, man, I seen him come up and, do a lot of extraordinary things coming from his circumstances, man. So, big up to the boy. Is he a little creepy? Probably. I mean, yeah, he probably is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But
He would creep me out. I wouldn't want him to touch me. It looked like he just keep his hands in his pants all day long. Like I just. But I like him as an artist. That's the funny thing about
yeah,
it.
he's a good artist. He makes Fortunately for him, he makes good music. Right, he definitely makes good music, and he's on a roll. You got to admit, everything he touched right now is a hit. If you listen to the radio, he on about 3 hits right now, 3 certified hits.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. He's found his wave, I guess. But he should have kept his opinion about young M.A. to himself.
So, do you think young M.A. is taking this a little bit too seriously, though?
If I was her, I would be offended.
You really would be offended.
I will be offended because, like a point you said, it's him. I would be offended. He couldn't say anything to me probably without me feeling offended.
And it's only because he's ugly, though. That's what it is. It's because he's ugly, young.
And he's creepy.
If he was a good looking dude, he wouldn't be a creep.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. It'd be like, oh, he a little. Why he got to say that?
It's some good looking creeps. Trey Songz kind of gives me creepy vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does. He gives me creepy vibes.
That's something because the ladies love some Trey Songz. How does he give you creepy vibes though?
He just does because now, not now, but maybe I guess as he's matured, he's become overtly sexual. Whereas before it was kind of like sexy sexual.
Right,
you know
right. Okay, I feel
But
you.
now it's just like, it's too direct, which I guess is how all of the music kind of sounds now. But it just sounds creepy coming from a man who's his age because he got to be like 40
Trey Songz?
something.
Yeah, he probably pushing 40. Yeah, he pushing 40 for sure.
He's around the vicinity.
Yeah, he's in the area.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that because I'm in the area.
I'm all in the area, so I hope it ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're being a creep in that way, yeah, it's definitely something wrong with that. But look, it's Kodak Black. He's young, dumb, full of cum, don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do with him? This is what he's doing. This is who he is.
I probably wouldn't have said nothing.
If you were young M.A.?
Yeah. Like, if I was her, I'd probably be like, that nigga.
Just whatever, wouldn't even pay no mind.
I expect for him to say something like that.
That's kind of what I thought. I mean, I'm surprised she really jumped into it as much as she did. You know what I mean?
They probably was egging her on. You know how people can get,
Yeah,
like,
they
the
probably
instigators was
Yeah.
like, you ain't gonna say nothing. Like, that nigga just said that he was gonna do this to you.
Like, she
ain't
was
rocking
dead
like that.
serious in
Yeah.
the joint. Like, that's not my preference, son. That's not what I like, son.
But I think to some women who identify such as her, they kind of feel the same way. Like when straight men or seemingly straight men come at them, it's kind of disrespectful. Even if you joking, because it's like, what is that saying about you? Now I'm confused.
It's kind of like I see what you're saying. It's almost like you're not really taking them seriously, or they're not taking their lifestyle seriously.
Yeah,
you're taking it for a joke.
I don't know. It's kind of rude. Like just like a straight man may feel uncomfortable with a gay man approaching him. Even it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the guy may not even be homophobic. It just makes him uncomfortable because he's probably never even been in that situation before.
Right.
So imagine how a woman would feel with a man with those overly creepy tones.
I can see that. I can see that. Well, you know.
And I'm more mature, so this is my mature self speaking. Like, if Young May is what, like
in her 20s, so she gonna clap back immediately.
That's what they do. They're gonna go online and address it.
Right. Well, you know, this whole situation crazy as shit. I mean, is Kodak Black out of line a little bit for this? Probably so. I mean, he is. You know, but look at who we talking about though. It's Kodak Black. You know, this kid, he still kind of like got that fresh off the block mentality. So, you know, we're going to have to give him a little more time to to grow and mature and hope that he can turn the corner. But, hey, look, keep making good bangers, dog. Make your bangers. Keep making your good music. We're going to ride with you, man. We're going to, you know, hopefully help you turn that corner. But also, so you mentioned that you heard a headline this morning with him. I already know what you're talking about. What did you hear about Kodak Black? He said some crazy shit.
Oh no, I didn't hear that part. I just saw like something dealing with him, but I didn't read the head like the girl, the chick that he's supposedly dealing with.
Oh, that was it. Okay, because I saw something else.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I saw something else that was crazy as shit. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, what did he do?
And I didn't even read. I didn't like look into it. I just saw the headline. But anyway, he made a comment saying that he thinks he's better than Tupac.
Oh, I did say I did. You know what? I glanced over it. It was one of those things like
yeah,
Lord,
nigga, whatever. Right. Me too.
I don't even want to.
You don't want to entertain that shit at all. Yeah,
at first, I thought like when I scrolled through it, I was thinking he was saying like he was comparing himself. And in a way, I guess I can understand that from a rebel standpoint. Like I'm a thug, that whole thing. You know, like I'm like society is already against me, like that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that that's the angle that he's approaching. Was he really like?
I hope not. I'm gonna have to look into it. Like I was like you, I did one of them numbers. I just kind of saw the headline, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. This boy stay in the news. He's staying in the news right now. So I didn't really look into it. I'm gonna have to read it once we get off the air, but. Yeah. Off the top, I don't like that because I'm a Tupac fan. That's one of my favorite rappers of all time. So, you know, to put yourself in that class, I doubt it.
But you know, it seems like a couple of artists have been comparing themselves to Tupac lately.
T.I. did recently, didn't he?
Oh.
I could have sworn I heard T.I. make a comparison to Tupac and himself recently.
Probably. It seems like his name keeps getting mentioned like recently. Him being compared or artists comparing themselves to him or using his name. I don't know. Well,
I mean, Tupac, I guess, clearly is the benchmark. I mean, if you want to talk about Tupac was probably the most well-rounded rapper of history. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could rap. He had the flow. You know, he wrote his own lyrics. He was a good actor. I mean, he was like almost a triple threat as a rapper. You know what I mean? Because he could rap, act, and he gave you the content as well. So he was almost like 5 different rappers in one because he can give you the political content, he can give you the gangster shit,
right?
He can give you the club joints. But he can give you the inspirational joints too, though.
The female songs.
To keep your head up, you know what I mean? Yeah. The Dear Mamas. I mean, he was probably the most well-rounded rapper in history. So for anybody to compare themselves to Tupac, you got to be on that level. I mean, T.I., T.I. can kind of, not politically, but I think as an actor, as a multifaceted artist, I think he can be somewhat comparable to Tupac. I mean, will he ever match that energy? Hell no. But as far as production-wise, output,
And you know what? And this is what I have to question about T.I.'s. Like, remember we were talking about this during the Gucci thing? And just like
his motives.
Yeah, because I just don't remember him being this conscious.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Not saying that he wasn't proud to be black, but in his early years, and I understand you trying to get on and you just like, you may be young and still in the streets or whatever, but I know guys who were young and in the streets and they were still conscious. Like, they will still tell you like who you are, why the system is against you, like where you come from. Like, they were all about that. But for him, just like, why all of a sudden?
So you wondering where is it coming from? Like,
yes, like I'm cool with some of it, but if it feels a little phony to me.
You don't think it's genuine?
I don't.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it's funny you say that because, yeah, you're right on all counts. I mean, he was never really on that conscious vibe like that. He was always the thug type dude, you know, the hustler, you know, trap star, you know what I mean? So at this point, to kind of swerve into that political conscious lane, it could seem a little bit phony, but I at the same time, though, T.I. doesn't really strike me as a phony artist or phony individual. So anything I feel like he wants to get involved in, I feel like his heart is going to be in it. Like, he's really going to believe in the issues. You don't think so? Wow.
Because where did that inspiration come from? See, that's the part that I'm missing. Like Tupac, we know his background. We know like the legacy he has as a conscious black man outside of him being an artist. Like, we're aware of all of that. So we know, or we kind of know about him outside of being an artist. But we don't know T.I. outside of him being an artist, outside of his reality show, outside of the entertainment part of him. Like, where does his parents come from? What did his parents instill in him other than whatever morals he may have now? But where does that conscious, like when you hear Killer Mike talk and other artists from Atlanta, you hear that legacy, like what came before them. But you don't hear that. Like, you don't hear the positive part. Like, you may hear like his trap history, but where's the other part? Like, that's the part that confuses me.
No, I see what you're saying. It's like a missing link almost. It's like we see one thing, but now all of a sudden here we get another thing. I gotta say that I don't think it's disingenuous. I don't think it's phony. I think that T.I. is just one of those people that he became inspired through events that have happened and, you know, over time in our country over the last, 10 years or so. I think that, the Mike Brown murder, the Trayvon Martin situation, the Jordan Watts situation, the countless events of, young black men being murdered at the hands of police or even citizens sometimes, with these stand your ground laws. I think that he became inspired by watching these events. I mean, did he come from a political conscious background like Pac or Killer Mike or educational background? Probably not, but it's not wrong for him to feel inspired by these things and want to, take part in the movement and get involved. I don't think.
So he's like Malcolm X.
He went from Detroit Red to Brother Malcolm, yeah.
This man came
happen,
home. Like, you don't think it's a coincidence that this man was locked up. He was nothing, no near conscious, nothing. Nothing.
So he was locked up. He didn't become Muslim or nothing.
No, exactly. He went to jail. He came back, and he did a whole, like, he turned around majorly.
He did.
But will still, like, you'll catch him in interviews saying stuff like, I'll still, like,
yeah,
he might try to chill, whatever, because he knows people are watching or people are listening. But I'm just not buying.
He still got the nigga in him a little bit.
And look, like, you should see some of the comments that are getting.
Oh, they blowing up over that junk. This is a hot topic, man. I ain't realize it. Hey, look, just so y'all know, I'm riding with T.I. I think that the love and the involvement is genuine. I just think that he's become recently inspired through events that have taken
But
place in our country.
This is another thing. When you have history with law enforcement in a negative way, this man been getting locked up, harassed by the police pretty much all of his life, right? You're gonna have this same attitude. Like, it has to go beyond F the police. Like Offset. He doesn't seem like he comes from this legacy of like pro-blackness, right?
Right.
It doesn't seem like it. He doesn't necessarily talk about it. But in all of his songs, like on his album, you hear like that stuff, and it sounds real. It sounds legit because it's coming from the heart. He's not trying to be something that he's not. He's just realizing these people are doing, or this system is set up for us to fail. And we have to figure out a way to, get in front of it. Versus T.I. is like, where is all of this stuff coming from? You've never been this way.
So why that man? So hold on. So why that man can't have a change of heart though?
He can, but it seems like it.
He can't have a change. He can't get conscious. He can't get woke.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem. It seems ingenuine or disingenuous to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it would change if I had a conversation with him. Like, even like Jay-Z. Like, look at Jay-Z. Like, how he is
Good
now.
example.
And
Good
he's
example.
very mature. But if you listen to some of the stuff that he was saying early on, like, he still was very aware of who he was.
Yes,
you can hear all of that.
True.
So it doesn't surprise me that he is who he is today. Whereas T.I., I'm totally shocked. by the person that he is today. Totally shocked.
Well, I think the jury's still going to be out there. We're going to see how this develops. And I think time will tell, man. Time going to reveal whether T.I. is legitimately genuine in his involvement in the movement, or whether he just, as they say now, clout chasing. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of that goes on nowadays, too.
He is.
So Tangelina thinks he is. I think that he's being genuine. So we're going to see. I'll be interested to see how this turns out. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk Jess Hilarious, man. Jess Hilarious had a terrible week. Oh, Lord. So first off, comedian and Be More native Jess Hilarious caught a lot of heat online this week because she posted a series of now deleted videos where she was pretty much talking trash about some Muslim men who happened to be boarding the same airplane that she was. And at the time, she uploaded a series of videos that just kind of was alluding to the fact that she felt threatened by their presence on the plane, and even going so far as to saying, I don't know how this happened or if she was a part of this situation, but for whatever reason, those gentlemen were actually removed from the airplane. So I'm not sure if she complained or if her complaining is what led to the guys getting removed off the airplane or what.
That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they got removed from the airplane, but
he was Sikh. He was not Muslim.
He was Sikh.
Okay.
Thank you. So, DJ Boom, what is the difference between Sikh and Muslim?
It's a completely separate religion. Sikh, for the most part, many come from India.
Okay.
He was Indian. He is not Muslim.
Okay.
They wrap their heads, but they are not Muslim. It is a completely separate religion in the same way that Judaism and Christianity are separate religions. He is not Muslim. She thought he was Muslim.
Right.
Because he was wearing the turban?
Because he was wearing a turban.
Okay.
Which almost makes her ignorance magnified
even more.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because even if he was Muslim, okay, so you're like anti-Muslim for no reason. You think Muslim people are terrorists? And to make it worse, he wasn't even Muslim.
Right. Mm-hmm. So she was completely ignorant to the differences in those religions. It's almost like being, the difference between being from Japan or China. You can't just say, oh, you're Chinese. No, like there are different categories, different cultures.
Right.
And these men, as DJ Boom so eloquently put, were of the Sikh religion. So she was just way off. You know what I'm saying? So needless to say, she caught a huge amount of backlash for her comments online that led her to basically issuing an apology online for being ignorant. And she actually said, She apologizes because she is young and she's still learning, and she actually had to be educated by members of the Sikh religion. So it was just a hot motherfucking mess for Jess Hilarious this week. You know what I mean? She put her foot in her mouth tremendously, and she kind of paid the price for it.
Yes, but is she really paying the price? She seems like she's still doing okay. Like she recovered well from this. Nobody is canceling. How do you say cancel? Canceling.
I think
her?
you said it. Yeah, I think you got it.
It sounded so country in the mic, but yeah, nobody is canceling her. So I think her apology was accepted by her audience.
Right.
The people who aren't watching her or who aren't checking for her prior to this, they probably canceled her. But they wasn't watching her anyway. They wasn't following her. They wasn't like they got wind of this story because it went viral, just like a couple like other people who don't follow her.
Right.
So I'm sure like she's moved past this, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure she has too. But I mean, the damage though, you know, I mean, I don't think it's a good look for her. I mean, here's my thing about this whole thing. I mean, as her being a sister, you know, we brothers and sisters, you know. My thing is, the only thing I don't like about this is the fact that she was ignorant to the different types of the difference between the Sikh religion and the Muslim religion, and then also I don't like her profiling other minority groups. That's a bad look. I mean, we deal with that enough in our own lives, so we should be way more sensitive to the plights of other persons of color or other minority groups that suffer some of the same injustices or you know, profiling that we do. So I think that part about it, you know, I fuck with Jess Hilarious and all that, but that part I ain't like that too much. We got to be more sensitive to other ethnic groups and other cultures the same way we want that sensitivity for our group as well.
I agree. It's all of this is funny because it's funny to me, just the situation, because I remember I went on a trip and this was before 9/11. So like my boyfriend at the time, he went down the terminal with me. Okay. Like you could wait with the person who wasn't getting on the plane. Like you could have gas and people with you beyond TSA. So we're in the terminal waiting, and some guys described similar to what DJ Boone said. They had the turban on their head, and so my boyfriend at the time, he said something about, you know, like you better be careful. You better sit next to the exit seat because you might be on a plane with terrorists. And mind you, this was before 9/11.
Wow.
So he kind of had me, like I wasn't even thinking about that, right? But he kind of like put the fear in my head. Like his ignorance put the fear in my head. Like, dang.
That's how prejudice spreads.
That's
how it's learned, and that's how it's spread through, you know, just ignorant comments, you know, just not knowing any better. But yeah, you know, so with Jess Hilarious, I just think that, you know, it was for lack of a better term, it was a stupid ass comment. I mean, she shouldn't have said it. She shouldn't have posted a video saying that. And I think that she's going to learn from this situation. I think that,
she thought it was funny.
She thought it was funny,
comedians
and definitely wasn't.
Used to be able to get away with saying anything.
Very good point. And
social media comedians are a new phenomenon. So you really you're not on the on stage in front of an audience where your show isn't being recorded.
Right.
So of course certain comedians can say whatever they want during stand up because nobody is recording. It's not being taped. But when you're on Instagram, you have to be careful what you say. I had to learn that during the Tangy Chronicle series because I would go back and watch it and I would be like, dang, I don't want to offend anybody by saying stuff. Like, even though that's the way I feel or that's the way I felt at the time, I could see why people or see how people could find it offensive. So I would always try to, I eventually started censoring some of the stuff that I would say.
It's tough, man. Entertainment, it's a tough business, man. Because like you said, back in the day, you can get away with a lot more, that type of banter or those type of comments, because people weren't as sensitive, people weren't as politically correct. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's almost like you sacrificing your art a little bit for the sake of being PC, which, is fucked up, but that's the world we live in now. You know what I mean? But and Jess Hilarious is seeing that now. So
I think it's a respectful way to do things because we all have differences.
Right.
Like our culture may be different from other races' cultures. So, and there are differences. There are stereotypes. Sometimes we fit into those stereotypes, and a lot of times we don't. So I think it's just a respectful way you can attach the comedy.
To approach that. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I agree. You definitely going to have to be a little more tactful, a little more creative these days with it to get your jokes across, get your jokes off and all that with the same effect. But she going to learn. She going to grow up and learn. So we'll see how that happens and see how she grows from that and matures, and she going to be all right.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be all right. Real quick, man, shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z always staying in the news these days, doing big things. Recently, this past week, it was announced that his 2001 album, The Blueprint, is going to be added to the National Library of Congress's archives, along with Curtis Mayfield's Superfly. Shout out to Curtis Mayfield.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that on my playlist in the car. God damn it. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then also, along with Jay and Curtis Mayfield, is going to be some joints from Nina Simone is going to be inducted as well. But big shout out to Jay, man. Blueprint, classic album, his 6th studio album, widely regarded as his best. Also featured the production introductions of Kanye West and Just Blaze. So shout out to Hove, man. Staying in the news, doing good shit, man. What's your favorite song off The Blueprint, though? Real quick, if you can name one. Quick.
Probably Takeover.
Okay. I'm gonna say mine for me is probably Renegades.
I figured you would say that.
How you know I was gonna say that?
It wasn't my favorite.
How you figure I was gonna say that?
Because it was it
I
has
quote- I
a
must have quoted that.
ballet-esque. But that seems to be a lot of people's favorite. That's why
Okay.
it seems to be the more popular song or the most memorable song. But to me, it was Takeover. That beat. I could just
Joan was
listen
hard.
to the beat by itself, like without Jay-Z talking, with all the little ad libs in the back, like the
Yeah.
Taking Over.
The Doors.
Yes.
Sample the Doors. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. Also, real quick, we got to shout out, actually in some sad news, one of our local cats this past week, Kevin Durant's adopted brother, Cliff Dixon, was murdered in Atlanta this past week. As I said, he was actually celebrating his birthday party out there. And just a tragic story, man. I saw a lot of shout outs and a lot of love going around online to Cliff. So he was definitely a respected and loved member of our community here in the DMV. And just when we gonna wake up and realize, man, the shit that we doing, this shit is stupid, man. You kill this nigga at his birthday party, at a club, you rob him, and then you kill him.
Unreal.
Like the hate, it's just too much. People got too much hate in their blood out here nowadays, man. It's vicious.
And it's us. It's not like another group of people or someone outside of us that's attacking us. It's us attacking us, and that's the even more sad part about it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's like Tangi just said, just sad news, man. For those that don't know, Cliff Dixon, like I said, he was the adopted brother of Kevin Durant. They both attended, I believe, Suitland High School at one point. He played for Suitland, ended up going on to Western Kentucky to play college ball. Most recently known for dating Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop. So just sad news, man. The community felt that one. That was a tough one. So just want to send a lot of love and condolences out to his family, the whole Durant family as well. And, just condolences, man. Prayers up. Anything else on that? And before we get out of here real quick, I just wanted to mention, this was a crazy-ass story. Jay Prince successfully tracked down YBN Almighty J's stolen chain. So if you weren't aware, now that's what happened last week. We missed that one. Almighty YBN or YBN Almighty J, he got robbed. That's what we missed. So he got robbed in New York. Got cut up. They gave him $150. That's what you call $150, boy. They slashed his face. That joint was nasty. Took his Rap-A-Lot chain. I didn't even know he was part of Rap-A-Lot Records for real until Jay Prince issued a statement. He didn't really call him out, but he definitely reached out to a lot of the big rappers in the Bronx where the robbery took place in New York City. Reached out to French Montana, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, a few others to name a few. And he ended up actually getting with French Montana. And French Montana helped track down the chain this week.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah, French Montana helped him track that down. So that was good stuff. Hey, we about to get out of here, man. Make sure y'all keep it locked on deck. We got the Eddie Kane Show. That's for us. We'll be back same time, same place next week, Saturday, 12 noon, right here on WLVS Radio, you dig?